Hello, good morning. So in last lecture we have studied about the memory allocation techniques, that is first bit, base bit, OS bit and next bit. And we have studied the two problems in these memory allocation techniques, that is internal fragmentation and external fragmentation. As well as we have studied these techniques with the help of static memory allocation and dynamic memory partitioning. Okay, now the problem with the memory allocation technique is that there is an internal fragmentation and external fragmentation. That means the amount of memory remains unallocated or gets wasted. So to solve this problem, the next technique that is developed is called as the buddy system. Okay, so to understand this buddy system, we have taken one example. We have certain requests for the processes to allocate in a memory. So first request is for process A to allocate in memory and its size is 100K. Request B is 200, let me write this as 240K. Third request is 64K. Fourth request is 256K. Then the next request is to release the process B. That means whatever the memory that is allocated to process B is required to be freed up. So release B, then release a request for new process, that is 75K, then release C, release E and release D. The total memory size is given as 1 MB equals to 1024. Okay, now in buddy system, the memory is represented, or memory is always of the power of 2. Memory is always of the power of 2. Here memory is of the power of 10. So it is 1 MB, that means it is 2 raised to 10 KB. It is equals to 2 raised to 10 KB. Or you can write this as 2 raised to 20 bytes. Okay, so the memory is always of size 2 raised to n. And whenever you have a new request, for example, say this is the first request, the request A, then you have to partition this memory. Initially, the whole partition is of total size. So this is the initial partition, which is of the total size, that is 1 MB. And whenever you have the request, so first request, we will write this as request 100K, and name of the request is A. So first request is 100K. At that time, you have to partition this memory such that you will find the smallest hole, or you will find a smallest block. Okay, so total memory is 1024, then it will be divided into two partitions, then again it will be divided into two more partitions, again it will be divided into two more partitions until you get the block which is greater than 100K, and that is the smallest. So to allocate a memory, the memory is always represented as power of u. Let us consider this is the maximum size of memory. 2 raised to u is the maximum size. Then this S will indicate the size of the process. Process size. Process size. This is maximum, max memory size. Then you have to divide this memory so that you will get a smallest partition of size 2 raised to u minus 1, and that will accommodate a process, or that will accommodate the request. Okay, so let us do this one by one so that you will understand exactly what we are going to do. Let us copy this. So first request is for 100K. So 1 MB is very large to accommodate the 100K. So we will divide this memory into smaller partition. So divide this memory into smaller partition as 512 and 512 each. So this will be of size 512. This will be of size 512K. 1 MB, which is equals to 1024K, is divided into 512K, 512K. But again, this 100K accommodating it in any of the block will waste more memory. So what we will do next, we will divide this memory into a more smaller blocks. So let us copy this, paste. Okay, now you can either divide the partition which is to the left or divide the partition which is to the right. So we will divide it to the left. Okay, so after dividing this into two small equal sizes, one will be of 256. Am I correct? Pi 1 2 divided by 2 will be 256 and 256, or this is 2 raised to 9. Pi 1 9 means 2 raised to 9, 2 raised to 9. Then this will become 2 raised to 8 and 2 raised to 8. Again 256 is larger because half of 256 is 128, and still you have a provision of dividing this memory into more smaller blocks. So let us divide this memory again. So again we will divide this left part into two equal parts. So this will be 2 raised to 7 and 2 raised to 7. These two equal parts will be 2 raised to 7 2 raised to 7 and 2 raised to 7 means 128 kb and 128 kb. Okay, now if we divide this 128 kb again, that will become as 64 and 64, but our request is 100k for A. So we will take one of this block. Let us take this block and assign a process A into this block. So this we will give to request A. Okay, so request A, we have given a block of size 128 here. Block of size 128. Okay, so this is the first request that we have processed. Now what is the second request? Second request is 240k. Second request is 240k. Now can you tell me in the power of 2 which partition will be sufficient and smallest for 240k?
2:8.
256. Am I correct? It is 256. So you can allocate this block because 256 is already available to you, and you can accommodate this 256 block to request B. Request B. So this block is given to 256 size given to a B. Okay, now what is the next request? Or the third request is, sorry, third request is 64k. Okay, now let me copy this. This is for one, and second step we have copied here. Uh, okay, third request is 64k. Third is 64k. Request C. Okay, now here you can allocate this. You can divide this by 1 2, but there is smallest division available here 128 that you can divide further into two smaller groups. Okay, so this 128 will be divided into two parts of 64 and 64 each. So this will be a 64k, and this we will give to process C of size 64. Okay, now after third request, there is one more request, request D. So what is the fourth request? Request D is 256K. Now it is fourth is 256K. Okay, now we cannot divide the memory into the left part. So ultimately we will have to divide this 512K block into two equal parts. So we will divide this into two equal parts of uh, 512 here and 512 here, and we will allocate request D. So this D block, sorry, 512 is divided into two parts of size 256 each. So this is 256 and this is 256. Okay, till now we have given or allocated the request. First request was of size 100K. So 100K we have given here. So this will leave some fragmentation, but it will be a very less. So only 28 KB partition will be left here. Then next request is of size 256 that we have given here. Then third request is of 64 that we have given here. And 256 and 64 are not leaving any fragmentation. Then fourth request is of 256 that we have allocated here. So it is also not leaving any fragmentation. Okay, now next request is so what is the next request? Request D, then release B, release A, release Q. Release A. So this is a request. Let me write neatly. This is a request. This is a request. Now next is release. Release what? Release B. So here you have to release B. Release B means whatever the memory allocated to process B will be now a pre. This will be a pre. And how much it was? It was 256K. How much it was? It was 256K. So this memory is now a pre. Then after release B, release A. Next is release A. Release A. So let us remove process A from the memory. So this is A process. Now its memory block will be a pre. Okay, and how much size of this process was? It is 128 MB. Sorry, 128 KB. So this is also a pre now. After release A, which process we want to release? Release E. Sorry, it is not release E, it is request E. Next process we have to, next request we have to process is request E for 75K. Request E for 75K. Okay, now can you tell me where this process will go? 75K. Request E will fit into which of these blocks? Whether it will fit into 128, 256, 256 or any other block. Yes? In which block 75K will be processed into? Yes, that is newly we have removed process A from 128K, so it is free now. So we can give this 75K to E. So here we can accommodate E. So it will leave some fragmentation that we don't need to calculate, but this is given to E, which is of 128K size. A block of 128K size is given to request E. Okay, now next request is release C, release E, release D. Release C, E and D. So let me write this request as first is release C, release E and finally release D. These are the three requests that we have to process. Okay, so we will copy this. So release C, where is the C process? So C process is here. So now this 64 will be a pre. Sorry, here we have given E process. So this C we have released. So this 64 KB will be a pre. This 64 KB will be pre. And now two adjacent fragmentations, two adjacent blocks of the same size are pre here. So we can merge this into next step. So let us copy this. What will happen in the next step? That we will have to merge these two blocks. Okay, now we have to release E as well. We have to release E as well. So what will happen? This 64 will be merged together to form the 128. Then this 128 are of the same size. So this can be grouped together to form 256 and 256. And this 256 are of the equal size that we can merge together to form the whole block of size 512. So whenever processes are released, the blocks are merged, and whenever the process is allocated into a block, at that time they are partitioned. Okay, so this is 512 is free. Now next request is release D. So let us copy this. We have to finally release a process D. So release a process D, that means free up the space. How much space was here? It was 256K. It was 256K. Then this 256 are of the equal size. Then this way we will merge these two blocks to form a bigger partition of 512. Then this 512 are again of the equal size that we will merge together to form a single partition of size 1 MB. And now our total memory is free. Memory is free. So this is what a buddy system. So in buddy system, the blocks are created dynamically. So it is a dynamic partition kind of the technique. Whenever you have the request, you check for the smallest block which is sufficient of the power of 2. So we have a request of 100K and memory of 1 MB. So first we have divided it into 2 equal parts. 2 raised to 9, 2 raised to 9 or 512, 512. But this 512 again divided will become 256, 256 and 256 is greater than 100K. So we will divide this 512 into 2 equal parts, 256, 256. Then after dividing these blocks, if we divide 256 into 128, 128, it is again greater than 100K. So we will divide this 256 into 2 equal parts, 128 and 128 or 2 raised to 7 and 2 raised to 7. Then after dividing this, we will check the size. Smallest size is 128. If we divide it further, it will become 64 and 64. But 64 is smaller than 100. 64 is smaller than 100. So we stop here and we will allocate the 100K size of request A in this particular partition. The next request is for, first request is for request 100 and second request is for request 240. So second request is 240. So we have a block nearest to 256. 240 is nearest to 256. So we can give this available block here to process B. Then next request is request for 64K. So we have this 128 partition. We can divide this into 2 equal partitions of 64 and 64, and we can accommodate this request C here in this block. Okay, after that we have another request. That request is of 256K. But if we check the left side partitions, those are almost full and we don't have any the chance to divide it further. So we will go into the right hand side partition, which is largest block to 512. This we will divide into two equal parts, 256 and 256, and one of the part we will give to request D. Okay. Then we have the releasing requests. So we will first release process B. So process B was in this 256 partition, so we will free up this partition. Then we have next request as release A, so we will release this 128 partition. But here we don't have any chance to merge, because this is 128 but adjacent to it is occupied. This is 256 but adjacent to it is a 64. So whenever you are merging, those partitions should be of the equal size. Those partitions should be of the equal size. So this is 256 and this is 3, but it is of 64, though, so there is no chance of merging. Then if we go to the next request, it is of 75K. So we will have to accommodate this process into 128 block. So we have accommodated it here. Then next request is to release C. So we will release process C. So 64, 64, both are of the same size. So this will be merged together to form the 128 partition. Then after releasing E, this will be 128, 128. So we will fix up together or merge together. Then this 256, 256 will form the 512. So these partitions we have merged. And after releasing D, we will have this 256, 256 partitions. We have merged it to form 512, and then it will become 512, 512. We have merged it to form 1 MB. So this is how the buddy system for memory allocation works. Okay.